Namaskar friends. Hello, I Devang प्रजापति फ्रॉम उपनिषद साइंस एकेडमी लिमखेड़ा से दोस्तों आज रोज दोस्तों हम स्टैंडर्ड 12th इंग्लिश मीडियम के अंदर टॉपिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द कार्बोनिल ग्रुप के बारे में डिस्कशन करने वाले हैं। तो चलिए दोस्तों शुरू करते हैं आज का ये सेशन। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द कार्बोनिल कार्बन एटम is having the sp2 hybridized atom forms and they possess 3 sigma bonds. How? You can see over here. One sigma, second sigma and third sigma. The fourth valence electron of carbon remains in its p orbital and forms pi bond with the oxygen by overlapping with the pp orbital. See here you can see in the diagram. Let me explain to you. Yes, you can see here the carbon one sigma, second sigma and third sigma, and then this p orbital of the carbon with the p orbital of oxygen, they are going to form the pi bond. You can see over here the cloud of pi bond. Okay. So overlap with the oxygen and they form the pi bond. In addition, the oxygen atom also has two non-bonding electron pairs. Thus, the carbonyl carbon and the three atoms attached to it lie in the same plane. So the pi electron cloud is above and below of this plane. You can see over here above as well as the below of this plane. The bond angles are approximately 120 degree. Okay, expected of a triangular coplanar structure it would be. You can see over here all three diagrams. Okay. Then the carbon oxygen double bond is polarized due to the higher electronegativity of oxygen. Oxygen is having higher electronegativity as compared to the carbon. Okay, so on carbon you will be having the minus charge. Sorry, on oxygen you will be having the minus charge, and on carbon you will be having the positive charge. So likewise the polarity will be generated. You can see in this diagram. Okay, on carbon plus charge, whereas on oxygen minus charge would be there. Okay, hence the carbonyl carbon is an electrophilic, that is act as a Lewis acid, whereas carbonyl oxygen is a nucleophilic which is acting as a Lewis base center. Carbonyl compounds and the substitution dipole moments and are polar than the ethers. The high polarity of the carbonyl group is explained on the basis of the resonance involving a neutral. This structure, this one is the neutral one, whereas this one is the polar structure or dipolar structure. Okay, as shown in the beside diagram. Then the next topic, The preparation of aldehyde and ketones yes, preparation of aldehyde and ketones. Some of the important method for the preparation of aldehydes and ketones are as follows. Let us see one by one. First of all, the preparation of aldehyde and ketone. The first method, that is by oxidation of alcohols. So aldehydes and ketones are generally prepared by oxidation of primary and secondary alcohol respectively. Suppose you have taken the RCH2OH, that is primary alcohol, then you will be getting the aldehyde. Instead of the primary alcohol, if you have taken the secondary alcohol, then you will be getting the RC double bond O R dash, that is the ketone. Okay, this is already in unit 11, class 12 we have finished it already. Okay, then after we have the second method, that is by dehydrogenation of alcohol. What is it? Let us discuss it. So this method is suitable for volatile alcohols, okay, and is of industrial application. The alcohols which are volatile can be carried out by dehydrogenation. In this method, alcohol vapors are passed over the heavy metals like silver and copper. We need to pass it over silver and copper. Primary and secondary alcohol give the aldehyde and ketone respectively. Just now we have discussed. Suppose primary alcohol we have taken, then we will be getting the aldehyde. Secondary alcohol if we are using, then we will be getting the ketone. Then the next one, that is from hydrocarbons. In that, the ozonolysis of alkenes. So as we know, ozonolysis of alkenes followed by the reaction with the zinc dust and water give us the aldehydes. Just a minute. Yes, this one. So ketones or a mixture of both. That is depending on the substitution pattern of the alkene. Unit 13, class 11 already we have done this. Now, by hydration of alkynes, the second method. Addition of water to ethine in the presence of H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, or HgSO4, gives acetaldehyde. All other alkynes give ketones in this reaction. Okay, so this is what in general the preparation of aldehyde and ketones. Almost majority of the reactions already we have done it in the previous chapter or in the previous standard. Okay, now the next one, that is preparation of aldehydes. Now we'll be starting today the preparation of aldehydes, and then preparation of ketones would be there. So preparation of aldehyde, in that the first one from acyl chloride or acid chloride. So let us discuss it. Acyl chloride is hydrogenated over the catalyst, that is the palladium or barium sulfate, and this reaction is called as a Rosenmund reaction. So let us take the benzoyl chloride, benzene ring, COCl, okay, H2, palladium or BSO4 as a catalyst, will be getting the benzaldehyde on benzene ring, CHO, that is aldehyde. Okay, so this is what the from acyl chloride Rosenmund reduction. Now the next one from nitriles and esters. Nitriles are reduced to corresponding imine first with the stannous chloride. So let us take the nitriles, stannous chloride, HCl, will be getting the imine, okay, with the presence of hydrochloric acid, which on hydrolysis give us the corresponding aldehyde, that is RCHO. This reaction is called as a Stephan reaction. Okay, so once again Rosenmund, then the second one, that is the Stephan reaction. Alternatively, nitriles are selectively reduced by diisobutyaluminium hydride, that is dibyl H, to imines, followed by hydrolysis to aldehydes. So RCN, ALH, isobutyl aluminum hydride, that is dibyl H, okay, will be getting the aldehyde. First it would be converted into the imines, but then after that by hydrolysis you will be getting the aldehyde. Now let us take the example. Instead of this R, suppose if you take this all, okay, then you will be getting C. Wherever R is there, you need to add this. So this one is your R, and then CHO is already available. Okay, so if you remember this, then this second one reaction you can write it by yourself easily. Okay, similarly esters are also reduced to aldehydes with dibyl H. So let us take esters, CH3 CH2 9 times, C double bond O, OC2H5, dibyl H, and hydrolysis. Very simple, directly you will be getting the aldehyde CHO, whereas C3 CH3 CH2 9 times will remain same, and then this here an H will be sticked. So you will be getting the aldehyde, the conversion of ester into the aldehyde. Then from hydrocarbons, so aromatic aldehydes are prepared from the aromatic hydrocarbons by the following methods. Let us see one by one. First, by oxidation of methyl benzene, that is toluene. Strong oxidizing agents oxidize toluene and its derivatives to benzoic acid. However, it is possible to stop the oxidation at aldehyde stage with the suitable reagents that convert the methyl group to an intermediate that is difficult to oxidize further. Okay, so means toluene will be converted into aldehyde, that is benzaldehyde, and then benzaldehyde to benzoic acid convertly. But then suppose if you wanted to stop it till aldehyde, that is still benzaldehyde only, then you can go for it for the few reagents. Okay. The following methods are used for this purpose. Let us see that the use of chromyl chloride, that is CrO2Cl2. So chromyl chloride oxidize the methyl group to chromium complex, which on hydrolysis will give us the benzaldehyde. Yes. So the first of all, toluene, chromyl chloride, carbon disulfide presence, you will be getting the chromium complex, and then hydrolysis you will be getting the benzaldehyde. This reaction is known as an Itard reaction. Okay. Yes. Now use of chromic oxide CrO3. Toluene or substituted toluene is converted to benzylidene diacetate on treating with the chromium oxide, that is CrO3, in acetic anhydride. The benzylidene diacetate can be hydrolyzed to the corresponding benzaldehyde with the aqueous acid. So first of all, toluene CrO3 acidic anhydride, that is CH3 C double bond O C double bond O, and then once again CH3 at 273 to 283 Kelvin temperature. Okay, you will be getting the in between benzylidene diacetate, this one, and then on hydrolysis at heating at high temperature you will be getting the benzaldehyde. Okay. Then the next one, by side chain chlorination. This is quite easy, already we have done it. Okay, chlorination so many times. So first of all, take toluene chlorination in presence of ultraviolet. You will be getting benzyl chloride, that is benzene ring CHCl2. By hydrolysis at 373 Kelvin temperature, you will be getting the benzaldehyde. Okay. Then the next reaction, that is by a Gattermann-Koch reaction. This is quite important one. Okay, so when benzene or benzene derivative is treated with the carbon monoxide and hydrogen chloride, that is HCl, in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride or cuprous chloride, that is AlCl3 or else UCl, it gives us the benzaldehyde or substituted benzaldehyde. Okay, and this reaction is known as a Gattermann-Koch reaction. That's all. We'll be keeping it till here. Okay, that is the 12.2.2 preparation of aldehydes. Okay.